that sounds good. There is a bit of an echo while you're speaking.
Okay, let me see if it's okay. Okay, I'm doing this, and I will make you a host. Oh, that there is a disclaimer that I want to show. Then after that, I can make you host. Let me see, how do I make you host? Oh, multiple participants can share simultaneously. We can do that, right?
Sure, let's see. Yeah, so far, I can't share the content, not yet. Now it says I can. So just let me know if you can see. If I put one slide up for now, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, I can see this one.
Right.
Okay, let me see now. Let me share my screen here. Okay. Okay. Can you guys share? Can you kind of see?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So it's 4 o'clock. We will wait for 1-2 minutes. We will give, some time for if anyone wants to join. Okay, we can see. So now, can you see anyone coming in, Seema?
Not at the moment.
Okay. We'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes and then we will start.
Sure.
So first, I will kind of talk, and then after you will do the meditation, right, Seema?
That's right. Yes, unless you want to do it.
No, I want you to do it. So I want everyone to get, hang of how you do it, and I want them to follow you also after this one, not just for today. So looks like, okay, one person is here. We have one more minute, and then we can start. Okay, I think we can start now. Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga for Each One, Awareness Week 23rd. So all these weeks we've been talking about how to increase our awareness to take care of our body and mind through yoga and healthier eating. So now today we have a topic and we have a guest with us, Seema Shah. She will be talking about healthier eating. So last week we talked about sattvic food. So which food is good, and what kind of food, so how we should eat. So we kind of covered pretty much all of them. So today Seema is here with us to talk about what not to eat. That is the best thing. That is most important thing. All of us know some things are good, but we don't know what, some things are bad. Let's see what are those things and how she will kind of put it. And if we want to change our whole habit, so how can that be? If we want to replace some things for something, so what will that be? So now she will talk about all those things. And Seema, yeah, this, if anyone wants to reach out for Yoga for Each One for free classes, so here is my number and email. And again, this is an educational and instructional purpose only. If you guys have any medical issues, please contact your doctors before performing any of these exercises, before adopting any of these, advices, what we're saying. And please allow your body to guide you and set its own goals when we are practicing yoga. Do not push or pull, because that is the main thing we want to learn. We respect our body and its, saying, signals, whatever it says. And then we, that means Lata, myself, and Seema, educators of Yoga for Each One, are not responsible for any injuries or damages that may happen during and after these sessions. Pictures will be taken during the classes that may appear online later. By attending this class, you agree to the rules listed above. So these are all the things. And now we will talk about Seema. She is a dentist, nutritionist, and a yoga instructor. So she's a holistic health coach. So right now she's guiding people with holistic approach towards health, and she's a yoga instructor. When it comes to health, you cannot let go yoga, so which is very part of it. And she's an instructor also. She knows the physical fitness too, and she's an educationist of essential oil, and she's a founder of Harmonious Way to Health. So now she conducts all these, uh, 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 workshops and then camps. And if anyone is interested, you can talk to her. There is, I sent you guys her, email, her Harmonious Way to Health. If you click that one, you can kind of follow her on Facebook, and you can kind of follow her on her website, and you can kind of reach out to her. And Seema, if you have your numbers, you can tell them so they can kind of follow, if they can reach out to you if anyone wants to talk to her. So
Sure.
with that note, yeah, I will kind of, welcome Seema. Please educate us about what not to eat. How can we be healthier? So please educate us, and over to you, Seema. I will stop share my slide so you can start sharing yours.
Thank you
Go ahead.
very much, Lata, for having me at your event today. I've now been there before talking about chakras on various occasions, but this is something different. So today we're going to talk about the holistic health coaching aspect to eating holistically, which is all to do with yoga, Ayurveda philosophy, but how to do it in the modern world on a day-to-day basis. So we'll cover what to eat, how to identify what's conventional, GMO, and organic foods, what to prioritize when buying organic. We'll also talk about what not to eat, which is what Lataji has mentioned. I'll share a recipe of mine. So it will be, there's a slide on that. Because of the time constraints, I won't be able to physically demonstrate. But it's the recipe which has been featured in the HTW community recipe book. That's the one. So I'm going to mention the luscious green smoothie that I contributed towards this recipe book that has been published by the Hindu Temple of the Woodlands. And support the temple. It's a lot of good recipes in there. And finally, we'll end with a mindful eating meditation. We'll also briefly cover something to do with the gut and gut health, because it is very fitting for this nutrition topic and for the health topic that our gut is healthy. And of course, if you got any questions at any point, we will take questions and answers at the end. So please note them down as you think about the questions, and we'll take them at the end. Thank you. So let's make a start. So I'll just share some photos or slides. Right, so food for thought. And we're going to talk about healthier eating today. When you eat healthy, some of you might have heard about the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15 list. And this is very important because, as the name suggests, the Dirty Dozen list are things that you want to avoid eating conventionally if possible. These are the things that you want to buy organic or as natural as possible. They are the ones with the most pesticide residues. These lists are compiled by the Environmental Working Group, and they've got a really good website that you can go on where they talk about different foods. They talk about even cosmetics and other household products, what's healthier and less toxic than other things. Because we are not just what we eat, it's what we digest, and it goes beyond food. It is to do with the people, the relationships we have, and what we assimilate out of that, our thoughts, and many other aspects. So when you think about eating healthier, you're looking at the dynamics. Good, healthy food will affect the other areas of your life. It's like a circle. One impacting one area impacts the other areas of your life. So things like strawberries, spinach, you can see there's some greens here. It's the fruits with the skin that is thinner, or ones that rot quickly. These are the ones you need to store appropriately to prolong their shelf life. So it goes without saying that the dirty dozen are the ones that are sprayed with the most pesticide residues for conventional products that you want to avoid eating conventionally and prioritize for an organic budget if possible. However, the Clean 15 list is something that you can eat conventionally if your budget doesn't allow you to have all the products bought organically. These are generally the products with the thicker skins, which are more resistant to pests, hence less of the pesticide residues, or they've got the textured skin. They're the ones which can last outside the refrigerator for longer as well, so longer shelf life. So the top of the slide says the reference, the Environmental Working Group. So if you note that down, you can go to that and find these resources on their website. Now, how do you know what's conventional, what's organic, and what is GMO? When you look at the products, they usually have a barcode or a digit code on them, which is called a Q code. And when you know how to read them, you can tell whether the product is grown conventionally. And that code usually is a 4-digit code that starts with the number 3 or 4. Organic products have a 5-digit code and they start with the number 9. However, genetically modified foods start with the number 8 and it's a 5-digit code. So what not to eat is obviously want to avoid the genetically modified foods. You want to avoid the conventional foods if you can for the dirty dozen that we talked about. And the organic foods are great as replacement for the foods in the dirty dozen because you want to reduce your toxic load with the pesticides and other things that goes with the conventional farming. Now let's talk about what we should eat, because we know what not to eat, but what should we be eating? We should be eating, if you remember the word slow, really chewing, digesting our food, eating mindfully, but at the same time, eating seasonally as much as possible, eating local foods, which has done less air miles. Things which travel from far generally are not ripe when they're picked, are ripened artificially and sprayed heavily. So you want to find local foods as much as possible. Organic, especially for the dirty dozen that we mentioned, and wholesome foods. For example, an apple instead of apple juice. The apple contains everything that the fresh juice would contain, but fiber and other things which are removed for the juicing. And obviously you want to avoid a concentrated apple juice where basically the apple has been really condensed down and then watered, because that's more artificial and possibly a longer life juice with preservatives. So these are the things to bear in mind when you eat, that you want to eat seasonally. Seasonal foods have got the energy of the earth. For example, it's fall at the moment, or autumn as we call it here in the UK where I'm based. And it's more of the hardy root vegetables that are coming up and the squashes. That's what's seasonal at the moment. So get in tune to get a variety throughout the years and go with the energy of the earth and eat seasonal local foods as natural as possible. And then what not to eat. So we want to eat real food. Real food are the foods provided by nature, and we feel nourished by them. They are the colorful bounty that nature provides. However, junk food, sometimes I even call it junk to my coaching clients because it's not even food, it's so highly processed that it confuses the body and it can compromise health. So you definitely don't want to eat things which have got a lot of ingredients that you don't recognize the names of as being natural ingredients. The longer the list of ingredients in a product, the chances are it's more processed. So you want to stick to those products that have got 5 ingredients or less, and ingredients that you recognize. A famous journalist in UK, Michael Pollan, says that if your grandmother does not recognize those names of the products and doesn't have it in her larder, the chances are that's not natural and you want to avoid it in your body. It confuses the physiology of your body. So this is the recipe that I mentioned from this book, the luscious green juice. You can also find that recipe under the blogs on my website. And let me just briefly go through that. So what I've used for this recipe is spinach, which is high in iron, kale, lots of vitamin C. It's got lots of iron as well, and a lot of other goodness. Parsley, highly antioxidant. Again, lots of nutritional benefits out of the herb. It's got some antibacterial, antiviral properties as well, and an immune booster. Cucumber, great especially for the summer. And in case you didn't know, the most natural water we can consume is from fruits and vegetables grown naturally, because it's like a filtration system that the plant goes through as it goes through the roots, the stem. And by the time you get that fruit, the water's been so highly filtered and it's so structured that if you can get the water content from fruits and vegetables, that is more biocompatible, more natural for our bodies. Celery is great as well. Again, lots of water. It's got a lot of iodine, which is found in kelp and other products. So really good for that. Lemon, detoxification, especially if you're having the green juice in the morning. Ginger, again, anti-inflammatory, and a great thing, a nice taste as well that most people like, and an apple. It is said an apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's got a lot of nutritional value, lots of vitamins and minerals. So you want to incorporate as much as possible of the vegetables and the other things like ginger and lemon. And some, if you want a bit of sweetness, the apple can give some sweetness. And if you absolutely want a bit more sweetness, select the most natural sweetness. So things, if you do have honey, raw local honey, because that has got some antiviral, antibacterial properties. It boosts the immune system, especially for seasonal allergies. Other things which are great as natural things is, for example, jaggery is better than processed sugar or coconut palm sugar or stevia. But if you do have stevia, make sure it's not the white powder that is mixed in a lot of fillers. You either have the natural drops or the green, the natural product itself. So these are some ideas on how to swap sugar for healthier options. And then we are not just what we eat, we are also what we digest. So let's think about that. It is believed that over 80% of our immunity is based in our gut. So when our gut is healthy and happy, the rest of us is healthier and happier too. So let's talk about gut health. Gut health is anything that helps you to feel relaxed or energetic, but not lethargic, and certainly not overactive when you eat. It's things that work for your body. And for everyone, it's different. One man's food is another man's poison. You might have heard of that. So different people have different sensitivities. Their digestive systems cope with different things in different capacities. The idea is to make sure that you eat what is
We
conducive
hit
for
curtain
you.
bell and I realized it, so let's just go back and get it. We can go back up.
Sorry, could you please mute your phones if you got them?
Melanie, come on!
Go,
It's perfect fall weather.
go, go.
Okay, thank you. So, right, sorry about that. Okay, so regarding you're not what you eat, what you digest, what we want is prebiotics and probiotics that you might have heard of. Prebiotics are things that you have which helps the bios, the other life in your gut, the friendly bacteria to be particular. And probiotic, pro means for, bios, life. So those are the things that help these bacteria nourish. We want a balance so that we got this good bacteria which help to break down and ferment the food in our gut appropriately, so our digestive system and our immunity in return is healthy. Examples of prebiotics are things, especially fibrous foods. So things like plantains, chicory, even onions, things with fiber are healthy generally as prebiotics. And then probiotics, you can find in fermented foods, for example, yogurts, kefir, kombucha, and other fermented foods. Pickles, but not the ones in vinegar, the ones which have been fermented. Those are great as well. So the ones, for example, coming from Asia are things like sauerkraut and kimchi and things like that, from like sauerkraut from Eastern Europe and kimchi from the Asian culture. So those are the kind of foods that really nourish and give the biodiversity of our gut bacteria. You can have supplements if you absolutely need to. And one of the times that I recommend, as also working as a dentist, to my patients and as a health coach, is that these supplements are especially helpful if you had a course of antibiotics or having it. Because what antibiotics does is, especially if it's a broad spectrum antibiotics which works on multiple bacteria, it damages the gut microbiome. So just something to bear in mind, that if you are on antibiotics, you may need to consider topping up on your probiotics. So now what I'll do before we do the guided meditation, if you got any questions, please feel free to ask, and then we'll carry on.
Any questions to Seema? Okay, let me kind of.
Hi, Seema.
Hello.
Hi, it's Vishal here.
Hi, Vishal.
Thank you so much. Very interesting and really enjoyed that. I was wondering, you know, the codes that you mentioned earlier on organic, conventional, and the GMO foods, are those also applicable to the UK?
So it depends on where the food has been sourced from. I have seen it on some UK products. Generally, Europe is better with labeling foods. So if you go, for example, to supermarket in Europe, there will be organic sections, very specific, things packaged specifically. So the labeling is a bit more stringent in the UK and Europe in general, but these blue codes are general across the board, and you can see them in UK as well in some products.
Okay. And are GMO products available in the UK? Is it, I'm not aware whether they're, you do get them here in the UK. Do you
Not
know?
widely, not widely, but I have seen some products in shops, for example, some soy in Oriental shops, which could have some GMO ingredients in it, but it's generally not widely available at the moment in the UK.
Okay, thank God for that. Okay, that's great. Thanks very much for that information, Seema.
Welcome. Thank you, Vishal. Any other questions?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I have only one question for you. So is it right? I don't know. You can answer it for me. So I had this squash at home and it had a thick skin on it. And I could store it for almost 15 days and I opened it, it was still fresh. And is it something good? That's what you're saying. So the skin is, if the skin is thin or a very fragile skin, that means they tend to take pesticide inside. That's what you meant?
Yes. So what happens, the thicker the skin and the more resistant to pests in nature, the chances are they generally need to spray less on those products before we even get them to consume them. So you are right, Lataji, that when it comes to the things with the thinner skins and things which perish quickly, those are generally laden with pesticides, especially if it's a long distance, so lots of air miles. They need to preserve those products during transit as well, so they've got lots of pesticides generally for products which are very perishable.
Thank you. Thank you. That was very informative because we don't know wherever we go out there. So when I talked to everybody last time, we talked about sattvic food. I told them to look for colors, texture and things like that. Now, if we go to buy strawberries, now we have to be cognizant about the pesticide now. So that's a very good information that you kind of educated us on. So those are called dirty dozens, right?
It's called Dirty Dozen and Clean 15.
Clean
So
15.
again, I'll just share my slide. So if you want more information, that's my email address and my website. So you can find the recipe that I shared, the luscious green juice recipe, on my website under the blogs. And if you want any information, just email me and I'll be very happy to respond to you with your queries.
Yes, thank you very much. Please do take a picture of her, website and Facebook address so you can kind of reach out to her. Right now, she is not here. She was with us, in America. Now she is in UK, but she is still in contact with us. She's a good coach, that much I can say, and she's a mother and a yoga teacher. So now she's all into health and helping the community. So if anyone has any question, this is the time. Otherwise, we can do 10 sun salutations. Then after that, Seema ji will guide us through the meditation. Any question? This is the time. Okay, looks like.
Down or sitting, today is a mindful eating meditation where we're going to imagine we're eating something, and we're going to imagine eating a piece of fruit that you like. So I've chosen an apple, for example, which most people are conversant with. You can choose something else. And then you can apply the same thing to anything that you eat. The idea is to be mindful when you eat. So lie down if you wish, or sit in a comfortable position. Connect with your breath. Nice, slow, deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. As you breathe in, imagine your body getting energized. And as you breathe out, Let go of any stress, any tension. As you breathe in, feel the energy going to each and every cell of your body. And as you breathe out, trying to relax more and more with each consecutive breath out. We digest food better when we eat mindfully and in a relaxed way. Imagine sitting in a comfortable position and having your favorite fruit to eat. What does it look like? Tune into how it feels, its texture, any variations in color that you see. And with your next deep breath in, imagine smelling this piece of fruit. How does it make you feel? Does it bring any memories? Any emotions? It's your favorite fruit, so something positive. And now, as you mindfully bring the fruit to your mouth, see if it's got a sound, maybe a crunch as you eat it. And as your taste bud recognizes the fruit, imagine tasting the fruit and how that feels for you. Now visualize yourself taking a bite that you're eating consciously, chewing thoroughly and slowly in a relaxed manner, enjoying this fruit. And since you're eating consciously, each bite feels delightful. Your body is in tune with digesting it well in a relaxed manner. And then you eat as much as you want since you're eating consciously until you feel satisfied that you had just enough. And we'll have a few moments of silence where you tune in with this mindful eating and the breath work. Slow breaths in, feeling the oxygen, which is nutritious to the body and each and every cell, giving you nourishment. And as you breathe out, letting go of any stress, any tension. Activating that relaxing part of our digestive system, known as the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps for our gut health. And for today, you remember, as you visualize eating mindfully, that it's not just what you eat, it's how you eat and how you digest that also matters. And slowly, if you got your eyes closed, rub your palms together, generating some heat. Gently cup your eyes. Place your palms on your lap. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, bring your chin to your chest. And slowly, with a few blinks, opening your eyes, looking down at your palms. Expressing gratitude for this session today, honoring yourself, making time for yourself, for your health and well-being. After all, health is true wealth. And slowly bringing your palms together in Namaskar Mudra. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Smita. It was very good. We really enjoyed it. And there was another tip that you kind of told us when we were doing mindful eating meditation. You have to be mindful and also calming. There has to be someone, there should not be any rush or any, stress that when you're eating, that will affect your gut, and that is not good for your health. So that was a very touchy point, but we hardly pay any attention to while we are eating. So we encourage everyone to practice these tips. And I once again thank you, Seema, for coming here and educating us about what not to eat. That was a wonderful session. And I thank you once again. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask now, and also you can write to her also. So I already sent you guys an email. If you guys want to kind of get more information, please write to me and let me know. I'm recording this session. I will send it to you guys also. With that note, thank you once again, Seema, and thank you everyone for taking time to come here to practice this and to improve your health. So once again, and also special thanks to Seema because she's in UK. For her, it's already 10 o'clock or 10:40?
Coming up to 11 now.
11, wow.
Yes.
So thank you for, staying up late and, helping us and guiding us.
Thank you, Seema.
Note. Yes, any questions? Okay, I don't know. So yes, so I think everybody said thank you, thank you.
Thank you,
It was a
Lata.
wonderful-
Thank you, Seema.
Lata.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank you,
Lata.
Seema, and thank you, Lata.
thank you.
Thank,
Bye
thank you,
bye.
Seema. Thank you, Lata, for this wonderful
Thank you.
session.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
I'll say, reach out if I can help in any way. We've just covered a tiny bit. Nutrition is just a small part of our overall health. and health is wealth. So if you want more information, you can visit my website or get in touch with me, or Lataji, we can arrange more talks in future as well. And I'm very happy to help you in whatever way you can. I have got an online course. One of the modules is healthy eating, but there's a lot more to it than just nutrition when it comes to our health. For example, sleep is a big part. Exercise or movement, which we've done today with the sun salutations, is another big part of health. So we need to put the pieces together for overall health as well.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope everyone will get it, and they will start incorporating all these tips what you have given us and given them. So hope to kind of have you back again. We will keep on working and we will work together, and anyone reach out to Seema. With that note, we will conclude our class today. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Thank you, Seema. Good night.
Good night.